So the green light flashes at the end of the pre-grid. Let's have a look at the grid for race 3 of the meeting. It's Junior Rotax Heat 1, Groups A versus B. So Thomas Strava starts from pole position alongside will be Jaden Thien from the Netherlands alongside. Then it's Ethan Jeff Hall, Janis Diak, Enzo Bol and Boluet. That's the top 6. Frederick Zevis, Tom Braken, Luke Neeson and William Helgstrand complete the top 10. Gustavs Yusakovs and Mikey Porter round out the top 6 rows ahead of Casper Schormans. Julian Klosman making it an all-Dutch row number 7. William Christensen and Thamen Huben. Austin Lee and Greta Rosen, that's row 9. Completing the top 20, it's Francis Lisa Biard and Christopher Ornvold from Denmark. With Vidmar Aljaz, Danila Chernega and Lars Venink completing the 23-strong grid. And the sun has definitely graced us with its warmth presence here at the Home of Champions, bursting out of the cloud cover that we had a little bit earlier on. So there is some blue sky up ahead. That means great weather for racing. So it's all fun and games here at the Euro Golden Trophy. A big thank you to everyone that has made this event so popular. And obviously, we know that people want to get those grand finals tickets this weekend to go to Bahrain in about 5 weeks' time. So the drivers now on their official formation lap. 7 minutes on the clock, plus 1 lap, and the red lights are ignited on the starting gantry. This is race 3 out of 24. We've got a total of 38. We've got junior second chance and senior second chance heats tomorrow morning. So for those that are new to how this system works, these are done under the current Euro Trophy regulations. The top 30 in juniors and seniors will progress to the finals tomorrow. However, there will be a second chance heat, so the remaining drivers, so it'll be 15 drivers in junior Rotax and then 29 drivers in senior Rotax that will be battling for the final 6 places on those grids. So this is where it's going to get interesting, folks. Right. Thomas Strava on pole position, Jaden Thien alongside. Right, here we go. Out of the final corner, they split. They head into the tram lines. The revs rise rapidly. Lights are not out. We are first full start of the day. Oh, well, clerk of the course not happy with that one. Well, it was only going to come to a head that was clean full starts were going to be one particular bone of contention, but they go on to another formation lap. So if the clerk of the course is happy with the start, then he'll give the lights to be extinguished on the starting gantry. However, we do know that if it is 2 full starts in a row, it is an immediate red flag, and then the clerk of the course will discuss it with the front row. So a big thank you to everyone watching on our live stream. This event is promoted and organised by Camp Company GmbH. Our live timing provided by MW Race Consulting. A big thank you for Karting Genk for allowing us to host this wonderful event here this weekend. So once again, we control, out, delete, we reset, refocus, and get ourselves ready. So now they start to line up into formation. Better, well, there's a few stragglers at the back, but they've got to get into formation rather rapidly, and they do so now. It's looking a little bit tidier this time. Okay. Out of the final corner, back into the tram lines they go. They split. Revs start to build. Are we lights out? Yes, we're off and away and racing, and a great start by Strava, but look up the inside. Ethan Jeff Hall absolutely mugged the lot of them. The young Brit from the United Kingdom got through and took the lead, but Jaden Thien is hanging on by a finger thread. As it's 2 by 2. Someone's nearly going grass tracking, going out of turns 4 and into 5. And that was a little bit further back down the order. That could have been Thamen Huben, and he's dropped down the order as the 232 from the Netherlands. But Ethan Jeff Hall has hit the front. Second is Jaden Thien, then it's Enzo Bol rounding out the top 3 as they hurtle their way through. Strava just behind Bol in the 260. As the 275 of Luke Neeson definitely getting stuck in there. And looks to have, I think that is Borlouet just behind. Tom Bracken trying to make some moves up through in the meantime, and might have just gotten through. So now it's all for themselves. They're absolutely flying their way through at turn number 12, but after one lap, Jaden Thien is now 9.5 tenths of a second behind Ethan Jeff Hall, as now Thomas Strauver has gotten up past Enzo Boll for third place. So Strauver was on pole position. Munster has also had some efforts up, and there's Austin Lee making a nice little move there up the inside. Now, who was that? That was William Christensen. So Austin Lee, the 223, based out of Germany. Last year's RMC Germany Minimax champion. Showing good credence in the latter part of what has been his first full season as a junior Rotax driver. He's focused and he's moving up the order. And Austin Lee started all the way down in 17th position, and he's made his way into the top 10. Right, nearly 2 minutes down, 5 to go. And Ethan Jeff Hall now has the lead, but Jaden Thien is closing that up, and Thien's just put in the fastest lap of the race, 56.584 seconds. So Jaden Thien looking to get past Ethan Jeff Hall. Thomas Strauver now starts to give chase, but he's 1.5 seconds behind Jeff Hall. And Enzo Boll and Janis Stiak having a tumultuous battle, and Stiak up the inside of Enzo Boll. And along with them comes Luke Neeson. So Enzo Boll, having been passed by Janis Stiak for fourth place, now has the ultimate €64,000 question to answer. Do I attack or defend? But Luke Neeson decides otherwise, and Boll gets shoved a little bit wide. No contact there to speak of, as Borlouet is right with them. Austin Lee are now up from what is now 17th up to 8th position. As you can see, Bruno Molders is looking on quite eagerly. He's up next in the next race as Ethan Jeff Hall finds his lead truncated by another 2 tenths. Jaden Thien is on an absolute rip-roar at the moment. 52. Hang on a second. Tom Bracken has just moved up past William Christensen to take 9th place. 56.228. And there's Borlouet. Borlouet in now 6th position ahead of Enzo Boll. Enzo Boll is now having to fight back. Austin Lee is closing in on them, though. So this is an inspired drive from the youngster, just 13 years of age, based out of Weisendorf. So that just shows that when the drivers get the bit between their teeth, there is no stopping that freight train. So 3 minutes and 24 seconds to go. Ethan Jeff Hall, let's see what the gap is going to be between him and Jaden Thien. Jaden Thien is about 3 kart lengths behind and closing fast. Out of the final corner, we go on to lap number 5. Ethan Jeff Hall still continues to lead. 3 tenths is the gap, and Jaden Thien. Thomas Strauver's just put in the fastest lap of anybody and has gone sub 56 seconds. Tom Bracken's now taken that back. 55. So effectively, Tom Bracken's put in a 55.826, but Jaden Thien has put a certain Ethan Jeff Hall in his crosshairs, and he's ready to pull the trigger at a moment's notice. But there is Thomas Strauver. The gap was 1 second between the top 3 as we've got 2.5 minutes to go. And this is going to be rather close. I think Jaden Thien could have an opportunity maybe in the next lap or two, maybe even make it less than that if he gets a good amount of traction coming out of the final corner. Looks to be the case, and now he's going to get the slipstream. This is what he needs, does Jaden Thien. Gap now 2 tenths. Now on to lap number 6, and there's the move. Jaden Thien was in the window of opportunity. If you're about 2.5 tenths of a second behind the cart in front, you get a really good pull down the main straightaway, and Thomas Strauver is now with them. Through into turn 6 onto the Europolon. It's an absolute dogfight between the top 3. Looking a bit further back, Enzo Boll is being closed in on by Austin Lee. That is for 7th position on the road as Ethan Jeff Hall is trying his absolute utmost, wrestling with the steering, modulating with the brake and the throttle to come out of turn number 9 to keep Jaden Thien rather honest. It's been a while since I've seen Jaden Thien in Rotax competition, but he's back with a bang as the young Dutchman from Sustenen. Through into turn number 12, 90 seconds on the clock. What a send from Strauver, but Ethan Jeff Hall gets the capitalisation. of the counter-attack, and it works to his favour, but here comes Strauber back up the inside. Oh, it's side by side between the two teammates, and Strauber gets through. Janis Diak and Luke Neeson is closing in on this battle. It was nearly 1.5 seconds between the top 5. It's looking to be maybe just a fraction over a second. The biggest bone of contention is if you're battling for the lead of the race, or even... Oh, and there we see a little bit of a move between Austin Lee and he's side-by-side with Tom Bracken. Enzo Bol is behind them. Oh, he's going to make it 3 wide, is Enzo Bol, and he gets up the inside of the pair of them. Wow, from the 260. That was for 7th on the road, off of the Europlan through turn 7. Oh, my goodness. This Euro Golden Trophy, I did say on my own personal social medias, it is going to be epic. It's been epic already. I think the superlatives, I'm going to run out of them by the end of the day here. And we're only in race 3 out of 24. Wow, wow, wow. Here we go. This is the battle for the top 5 as Thien leads them. 1.25 seconds separates the top 5. Boluet is about 1.9 seconds adrift as we're into the last 15 or so seconds as Tom Bracken up the inside of Austin Lee. That is now for 7th position, and it's now the Tom Bracken train. You've got Austin Lee, Enzo Bol. You've got Julian Klausmann. Then it's the 270 of William Christensen. Oh, bit of a drift wide there. Not too sure if there was a little bit of a touch. 263. That's Christopher Ornbol from Denmark off the track. As there was a little bit of a... I think Mikey Porter's made up a couple of positions in the meantime, the young Brit. But the timer has now expired. And we're on to the penultimate lap of the race. This is going to go down to the wire because the lead is 5. It's a 5-way scrap. Jaden Thien leads it. Thomas Strauber, Ethan Jeff Hall, Janis Diak and Luke Neeson. That's your top 5. They come across the line to go on to the final lap. 1 second separates them, and Ethan Jeff Hall up the inside of Thomas Strauber. Janis Diak looked for the door, and the door was not open in his favour. The young German from Kraft Motorsport trying to hold on, and Luke Neeson is just waiting. He's got the ringside seat. Strauber back up the inside of Ethan Jeff Hall, who goes a bit wide coming out of turn 6, and now it's going to be 3 abreast with the way that Luke Neeson's looking up the inside of Janis Diak. Well, as now Luke Neeson trying to go up the inside of Janis Diak through turn number 8, but the Dutch driver can't make it through. Jaden Thien is holding on, shuts the radiator flap down very firmly as he makes his way through turn 10, and now 11. Okay, checkered flag is going to be waved out of the final corner. Ethan Jeff Hall sends it up the inside of Strauber. Will Strauber get the cut back? But it's Jaden Thien that wins Heat 1 in Junior Rotax, ahead of Ethan Jeff Hall, Thomas Strauber, Janis Diak, and Luke Neeson. Top 5 covered by 1.3 seconds at the end of it all. Boluet in 6th, Tom Bracken 7th, Austin Lee in 8th, ahead of William Christensen, with Gustav Yusakovs rounding out the top 10. But Jaden Thien makes his return to Karting Genk, and he's done it in style, and he wins by 0.682 of a second. So Jaden Thien takes the victory in that one and wins ahead of Ethan Jeff Hall by 0.682 seconds. Thomas Strauber rounds out the top 3 ahead of Janis Diak and Luke Neeson. Top 3 covered by 1.18 seconds at the end of 9 laps of racing ahead of Boluet. Tom Bracken, Austin Lee jumps from 17th to 8th at the end of that race ahead of William Christensen, and Gustav Yusakovs from the UK. Mikey Porter, also from the UK, completed the top 11 ahead of Julian Klausmann, Kasper Schormans, Frederik Zebis, Lars Venink, William Helgstrand, Thymen Huben, Enzo Bol, Danila Chernega, Greta Rosen, Christopher Ornbol, Lisa Biard and Vidmar Aljaz completing the 23 that started the race. So all drivers made it to the checkered.